Yes, everyone, episode 12, and we conclude the top 10 animated movies of all time. We watch a German's experience of an English Christmas market, and Ben shows us social media's modern-day version of a yes man.
Choose the fact.
Boys.
Hello.
We're back.
Yes, sir.
Back with a bang. Episode 12?
We're just rolling now, innit? Rolling.
Just rolling. Episode 12. We hope you all had a lovely, lovely crimbo.
Hope you enjoyed our festive episode. It was wonderful for us.
Oh, I had so much fun doing that. And it was everything I wanted it to be. It was suitably festive.
Yeah. I mean, look at the tinsel.
Oh, yeah. It had
Tinsel
festive coming
and
out
everything.
the
Your
wazoo.
body language changed around that tinsel. Like a red rag to a ball.
Have you lit your coal yet?
I've not. Have I licked it?
Lit it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I think you meant like
Set fire
give
to.
Give it a little lick every day.
It's not a sugar cube.
No, it's not. No, it's fucking not.
And you're not a horse.
Anyway, we hope you had a great Christmas. I'm going to jump straight in because I saw a video that is just brilliant and it's so up our street. It's basically I don't even need to set it up, but it's...
You do a little bit.
Okay. In the UK, especially if you're from Birmingham, right? The German Christmas markets are like
Big business.
really big business.
Yeah.
Not so much in London because it's more spread out, but Birmingham, Manchester have massive ones. The Birmingham one goes on for...
Birmingham's one of the biggest in Europe, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. And it's a really weird niche. But what they've basically done is interviewed two Germans
Okay, right.
on their experience at the English-style German Christmas markets.
It's all wrong.
The Germans in quotes is jokes.
Favourite in cities across England.
Let me start this again.
They've become a firm Christmas favourite in cities across England. But most Brits don't know that in Germany, English markets have become just as popular over the festive season.
The English markets are so popular in Germany. Lots of atmosphere. It is really magical and romantic. There are huge piles of pants, men shouting, puddles of water mixed with animal blood.
Can you show us what you bought?
Always he is buying too much.
3 lighters, one really big lighter. Also, we have Lindsay Lohan phone cover and some Rieslers. He's a band around.
And I have plugs. I always say, I don't feel Christmassy until I get my plugs.
So, rug with a tiger on it. Huh? So, 20 lemons. They always show them in a bowl. And I always think that I'm going to get the bowl, but they always keep the bowl.
Every time he's strict.
Never gets the bowl. But we love it, you know. This market has a very special place for us.
Last year, Hans-Peter proposed to me over by the buckets of fish parts.
She said yes.
And then as celebration, we went and bought plugs.
That's so good.
Also, how good is the acting in that?
They're great. And it's when they come onto the face, isn't it? And they're just, oh, man.
When she loses it for a second, it's brilliant.
That's great.
3 lighters and 1 big lighter.
As much as I know it's a skit, when he said it's a tiger on the fucking blanket, I was so angry for a second. But I'm like, I get it's a skit.
There's a market round the corner from here that we went to on the weekend thinking, maybe there's some... Oh, it is hell.
Oh.
It is all the tat you've ever... You wonder where all the tat's gone in the world. It's there.
But also, tat's just never ending, isn't it? Like,
Not in
everywhere
this
you go.
country. We love...
Keep making tat. That's the problem.
Yes, Thailand, just like galore tat. Like, who's
Yeah,
making all
yeah,
of this
yeah.
stuff?
And no one wants
No
it.
one's buying it, but they are, but they're not.
It just exists there. Yeah,
It's just-
yeah.
I just love that.
It's all a front.
Again, you said something... Here we go. You said something earlier about how creative people are getting at the moment. Like how they just spun that on its head.
Yeah. That's a great little
It's just
skit,
great.
that
I
is.
love
It's
it.
been around for a while.
That's clever.
That video.
Has it?
I think I've seen
Maybe-
it before, but that was a really good reminder of that.
I think with Christmas videos, they kind of rear their head each year, don't they? But yeah, absolutely love that.
Such a fun idea. It's such a fun idea. It's brilliant.
But it is time. We're going to go straight in to. Oh, now it's. Is it laugh of the week or is it gripe of the week? Who knows? Time to roll the dice with Dean.
One day
Breezy.
the tide will turn on all of that, and it's actually funny.
Is it today?
Today's last time was as well. I've only griped once.
No,
The first
last time was
You
toast
griped
and jam tea.
multiple
Oh
times.
yeah, that was funny to me. That wasn't a gripe.
Yeah, that was just misdirected, wasn't it? That's all that was.
Okay, well, guess what? This is a video.
You've got it on here, right? It's the first.
You guys watch it there. I've seen it. But
the first one you sent me, right?
The first one, the TikTok one. And,
TikTok one, okay.
So me and a lad at work watched this, and we shouldn't laugh, but fucking.
Oh,
in
God.
fact, every time I watch it now, it's hilarious. It's just so good.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Any,
already a little
any
bit.
disclaimer needed?
No disclaimer, no disclaimer.
Okay. He's giggling already.
I dare you not to laugh.
I think I've seen this.
As she was getting strapped into the stretcher, Kathleen Metro must have thought that everything was going to be okay. The 74-year-old
It wasn't.
74 as well. I already know what's about to happen.
But it just gets better and better.
It was
though.
bad.
It gets better. Have you seen it?
It was bad, this.
Oh my God.
It's when it cuts in a minute and she's fucking flying.
changes as they realised their attempted rescue itself be rescued.
Nah.
Wait.
I'd be spewing.
Wait, it gets better.
That's quick.
It's too fast. It's going as fast as the fucking blades.
Sure, they should put like a bearing on the clip.
They did. They put 2 ball bearings.
That
It's a fucking
is
yo-yo.
disgusting.
Basically,
What are you?
perpetual motion.
What are you thinking when that's happening?
She didn't think anything because her brain is flew out the top of her head. She isn't thinking anything at all.
Whose brain scan is better, hers or the guy that did 40,000 pills in 12 years?
Well, hers is now just come out of, like, they've got both their brains just flew out their ears, to be fair.
Well, the thing is, she's an astronaut now. Do you know that?
Yeah.
That essentially
That's the
counted
training,
as training.
yeah,
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 yeah.
Still alive?
Centrifugal force.
She went back in time. She's now 25 years old.
Yeah. She's done a full interstellar.
They found the,
She's behind a bookcase somewhere
they
in
found the
Wyoming.
fountain of youth, yeah? Just fucking strap yourself to a helicopter.
Oh, I tell you what though, I used to hate being dizzy as a kid.
Would you never go on those roundabout? What would you call them?
Merry-go-rounds.
You know, the people used to put
the
the
manual
moped
ones
on
that
it.
did-
Yeah, merry-go-round.
Do you still call them merry-go-round?
Yeah.
I thought that was for the larger ones with the horses and shit like that on them. You know the
Okay,
ones I'm talking
I
about?
can't. I always thought merry-go-round was
Just anything that spun
yeah,
like that. Okay.
but you used to get the chavs that used to be like, oh, let's.
That's
Well, they
council
used to
estate massive.
like, put
That's-
the moped
the
wheel by
mopeds on it.
and like, oh, spin it mad.
There's
Yeah.
one bad video of some people flying off
Yeah,
at like 90
I
miles
did that
an
though.
hour.
I remember I did that when I was maybe like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Flew off. In my head, I flew like really far.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't that far. Probably wasn't going that fast. But in my head, I smashed my head as well. And
I bet that's what she says.
I was really
I wasn't even
concussed.
going that fast. Yeah. Sorry, love. You were fucking...
You couldn't show her that video and tell her that was her. She wouldn't believe it. There's no way.
Do we think she's still with us?
Yeah, apparently she took her a couple of days to recover. Probably had vertigo, like I don't know. But
Sorry, don't quotation mark it like she's overreacting.
Probably had vertigo.
Yeah.
Silly cow. She's so dramatic.
she couldn't have fell over while you were hiking, should you? You know what I mean?
We all felt dizzy before, Barbara. Get over it.
Oh, that's
We've
awful.
all had a light headache. We've all
had a light
you've got what is it of Alan Partridge? Don't laugh. You've just got minor woman's whiplash.
So funny.
Don't laugh, Lynn. You've broken your neck.
But that is someone's fault there, isn't it, as well?
Oh, absolutely. Someone hasn't done something
Yeah,
that's resulted
because
in
that
that.
doesn't always happen. No, airlift people.
Because surely that is a...
I'd argue it never happens.
Yeah, and hence why it made the news. I always think about that though when you see like, I'm not a massive fan of heights, but I always think when you see people getting airlifted, there was that building on fire. Was it in London recently? And that person got airlifted.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah.
'Cause he was stranded up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
And I always think like everyone's like, oh, they're safe. I'd be thinking this is the worst bit.
Yeah.
Because like it's no one's prepared for that unless you're a firefighter, right? You've
Yes,
never
what
done
you
that
mean.
before.
Yeah.
Like, albeit like you are being saved, but I bet it doesn't feel like that in the moment until your feet are back on ground.
hanging from
You're not
helicopter
safe
by a
until
winch.
you're.
Yeah.
And you're certainly getting safe with helicopters around, are you? Because
Well.
their success rate's not great, is it?
So what happened with
I think
the?
it is very good, isn't it?
Yeah, try and tell the old Leicester owner that.
Well, or
Or
Kobe,
Kobe,
or
yeah. Who-
Yeah.
what happened to
or
that?
anyone that
Same
has
thing.
had an accident in a
Like
helicopter.
right outside the stadium.
Well, I've
He was like
just
a billionaire. Like,
No matter how much money you got, you're still
Yeah.
gonna die in a fucking
Well, that
helicopter.
Kobe
those
as well,
submarines. And well, what was
There's a conspiracy on that.
yeah, we'll get into that. I can't believe I've just said they're quite safe because didn't we also just see recently the video of two helicopters colliding mid-flight in Australia?
I'm going to be really honest. I don't get how they go up in the air. Like,
Yeah.
it's still one of them things where,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I'm not being stupid here, but like a plane as well. Like, I was on an A380 last week. That is a huge amount of metal.
I was on an A380
Yeah, yeah.
last
Yeah,
week.
but like I don't
Rub it in.
SWAT.
I haven't been
Well, you're in Cal or what?
yeah,
eh?
at the front of the plane. No, but like I haven't been on one of them since me and you went on one.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
it's been
yeah,
ages
fair.
since I've been
Yeah,
on
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So like you're on it, you forget the
It's way too
stairs.
big. It's way too big.
Why is there an upstairs? And, and also weirdly, it takes off and lands way smoother than anything else I've been
Yeah,
on.
true enough.
Because of the weight of
But
it.
the
It's not-
helicopters-
the lighter ones bounce a little bit, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. But the helicopters, I still don't really get it.
Have you ever been
How they
on
go
one?
forwards.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
did,
it's because they got the blades at the back, innit? I
You
guess.
did it in New York, didn't you?
Oh yeah, once upon a time we did a little.
What are you freezing?
It was so cold. It was so cold, and Amelia's gonna if she ever sees this, she'll be absolutely dying because of how pathetic I was. Because it was one of those doors.
But what time of year was it?
It was Christmas. It was Christmas.
You had a
and-
nice sunny day in Christmas, didn't you? I think. Yeah.
and it was doors open because you had the choice of the two things. You do it closed or open. We're like, of course, open. That's
Yeah.
way cooler and way more interesting.
But that's also
Why would you do it
Fuck
open?
me.
But that's
So you
also
could swing
cold.
your legs out.
There he is again. But that's also cold.
Not enough leg room on these helicopters,
That's cold before you take off.
Yeah, true.
Let alone once you're up in the air.
True. It was actually insanely cold up there, but
Was it a fun experience though?
perfect. Honestly, I saw New York in a matter of hours that most people would never see because
Hours were you?
It was up there for. I hope I'm not misquoting that, but yeah, I think it was up there for quite a significant amount of time.
Wow.
And we just saw a lot.
And are you
Went everywhere.
smooth, or do you feel like you're doing?
Smooth. You're doing certain elements, certain bits where you're trying to get to somewhere, so it moves quite fast, but it's still not super quick. But like we went over to the Statue of Liberty
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that,
yeah.
you get relatively.
But
close
what I mean
to
is
that.
it not about speed?
You're not really banking and stuff
But
like
you're
that.
not dropping or-
no,
no.
nothing like that. I think they get up to a safe altitude and then just kind of keep you there, to be honest. with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Maybe I think you might dip when you get to the place they want you to see, but then you just get back up and fly back again. Helicopters are very cool. It feels very safe, at least. You're not expecting to hit another helicopter, though. Like
Yeah, yeah.
those poor people in Australia. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That
there's
story.
a lot of
chances
room
that-
away
There's
from
so
the
much room to not be doing that.
Yeah.
It's just like, and people think flying cars are
It's
a
like
good
when a
idea.
fly
It's like,
flies
no.
in your eye, innit? You're like, you've got this whole...
You've got
you've
so
got everywhere
much
to go,
space.
yeah, and you flew in my eye, you little bastard.
Well, flies are geniuses.
No one ever watched that clip of those poor people dying and went, you know what that reminds me of? When I was in my room the other day, a fly went into my eye. Oh.
Equally inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, massively inconvenient.
You got one more for us as well, haven't you?
One more little clip.
Wow,
It's
that's
kind of
good.
festive. It's kind of festive.
Oh, okay, good. Because
Because, it's still... We're on the back end of Christmas, aren't we? So...
okay.
And it's quite funny. Could have been laugh of the week.
Could have been. But it
What
wasn't.
really killed me was last Christmas we canceled a song that was written in the 1940s called Baby It's Cold Outside. People said that they were triggered, that the lyrics were rapey, and they had toxic masculinity. And that's fine if you feel that way, but radio stations across the country wouldn't play the song because people were outraged. Which is fine if you feel that way, but at the exact same time, the #1 song in this nation for over 2 months was Wet Ass Pussy. I'm not making that up. You can look it up. Google it. So I want to wrap up my show by comparing and contrasting the lyrics of these two songs.
This is so true,
If
isn't it?
indeed this country has lost its fucking mind, shall we? Let's start with the hardly offensive Christmas song written just after World War II. I really can't stay, baby, it's cold outside. I gotta go away, baby, it's cold outside. This evening has been so very nice. Yeah, you fucking with some wet ass pussy. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Beat it up, N-word. Extra large, extra hard. Put this pussy right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card. My mother will start to worry. Beautiful, what's your hurry? My father will be pacing the floor. Listen to that fireplace roar. Well, maybe just half a drink more. Spit in my mouth. Look in my eyes. This pussy is wet. Come take a dive. Talk your shit. Bite your lip. Ask for a car while you ride that dick. My sister will be suspicious. Gosh, your lips look delicious. My brother will be there at the door.
Which one was that from? Which song was that last bit?
It is so true, though, isn't it? How like we're all getting offended, but at the same time, we are living in vile, vulgar times.
This is true. Degeneracy is rife. And
Also,
I guess,
it's just out of World War II. You know what I mean? Like things had just happened that were bad, innit? You know. And now,
Yeah, but I don't think that matters. That matters
just
on the lyric
by the
of.
by. Yeah. But like, the world has had seen some dark shit.
Well, there's some good stuff that's been cancelled, and there's some other stuff that just doesn't get cancelled.
Yeah.
Because it depends on what side of the fence you're sat, doesn't it? Really.
well, cancel culture is already kind of meeting its end, right, to a certain degree, because at a certain point you're not quite woke enough, so therefore you will get cancelled. It's like a snake eating its own tail. It just eventually gobbles itself up, because even somebody who was woke one minute, let's say, what was her name? The girl that wrote, the woman, rather, that wrote Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, J.K. Rowling.
Super woke at one point, and then she wasn't woke enough, and then got cancelled.
You're better off just not commenting on it. Keep it to your own circle,
Keep
the
it to
people that
yourself.
trust you and know that you're not a bad person. Because I think we had these chats before. I think we did it around BLM as well. And I remember we had these chats where it was like, they're really good chats to have with people who have from different backgrounds, because it's how you learn, it's how you can empathise, it's how you actually see things from a different light. And if we're so scared to have those chats, we actually get further apart. But now what happens is, because you're trying to trip people up with terminology rather than intent, you're then actually scaring people to have these chats that are super important, and then you end up getting these echo chambers where it's just people that all look the same speaking to each other. But it's
like a gotcha society, isn't it? You're just trying to catch people out. Yeah. You said the bad thing.
But if you start pointing the finger, someone's going to point it at you.
Yes,
so,
of course.
Yeah, you're better off just minding your own business.
What's that old religious expression?
Or you start a podcast.
Because
it's coming. Someone's
we
going to
ain't
come for
talking
us.
about none of that stuff.
No, exactly.
This is the extent of it. And then we're moving on.
We stay clear of that, for sure. For sure.
Anyway, we got any stupid videos of a rat up a drain pipe or something, or what?
A rat up a drain pipe.
I don't know.
If you guys are, and I know you are actually, you're watching, please do like and subscribe. It actually helps us in a massive
Massively,
way.
Please.
We've really seen a lot of good view numbers from like our YouTubes and stuff, but it would just be great to see a bit of interaction. We would love some opinions on some of the stuff that we talk about, because you've seen us now.
We want to
super
converse.
opinionated.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we want a bit of derision.
Chew the fat with everybody.
We
We
also
wanna
know
chew the
that
fat.
we're chatting quite a little bit of waffle every
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Call us out for it.
Call us out.
Don't try and get us cancelled.
Yeah, please
point,
don't do that.
But point in jest.
Because we don't always know what we're talking about, so
No,
please
exactly.
do chime in with your pennies, your 2 pennies worth, and we'll be glad to have you. So
We also want to mould it around what you like to hear, and what you like to see as well, right? So that's a big part of it. Absolutely. But yeah, it's going well. I think the main thing for us is just we've got to keep consistent, which is what we're doing. We hope we're getting some lovely feedback, and we're seeing like some repeat people chirp up on TikTok and on YouTube and then Instagram as well. And that's always nice, isn't it? When you start to see people like that keep going back.
day ones,
And people that we don't know.
Aquatic
There we
facts.
go.
Yeah,
Aquatic
there he
facts.
is. Quite
If you're
facts. We
watching,
see you.
our Geordie crew member.
Yeah, shout out to the Geordies.
Who just seems to, I feel like he's liked every video so far, but every time I log on, he's liked 6 more. I feel like maybe he's creating some for us just to like them again.
Hey,
so,
carry on.
See what, we'd all love him on here for some aquatic facts, wouldn't we?
No.
One day.
You better have some, by
give
the
us
way.
some
We've
facts.
been
Yeah,
looking.
give us some
We've been
facts.
looking. You better have some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
In
I
the
might-
Geordie accent as well. Oh, bloody lovely.
Sell it to us.
Better than our
It was
brony tones.
12:07 in the Pacific Ocean. 800 metres below the depths.
Oh. Tell me more.
Well, let's get him on.
Also-
Spin that aquatic yarn.
It'd be quite hard in water to spin it on.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
It'd come off the reel, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd start floating off.
It'd
into
weigh
the-
a lot more as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, or it wouldn't. It would just float away. Anyway,
Yeah, no, good. There was one other thing I wanted to say, because I did have some feedback about us not doing as much as we could for the audio listeners. So we're going to try and be a bit more descriptive about some of the stuff that's going on. And if I forget, you remind me. If you forget, Sam,
it's difficult sometimes when we're referring to videos and stuff, which is why, you know, if you do get, we know that audio is sometimes easier, but this is a podcast made for video fundamentally. So we want to see you watching it, but we know that's not always convenient. So absolutely, we'll do our best to try and be a little bit better. Maybe we write it on our script every time.
Yeah,
as a little reminder.
Perfect.
We can be like the audio description,
or do it with our eyes closed, and then we might have to like.
What do you think of that video, Dean? I don't know. It sounded pretty good. She was sure spinning, I think.
Was she spinning clockwise or counterclockwise?
It doesn't quite matter, but
the least important part of the story. I do love that. That's good. That's very good.
Which way she was spinning?
Which way is she spinning?
That's a secondary news outlet. News just in.
The woman spins counterclockwise.
Can you believe it? We go live to
back in time.
We go live to head of engineering at Oxford University. She should never, ever have been spinning counterclockwise. It just breaks every physics rule in the book.
Nailed it.
We got a little story time.
We have.
You're drinking slowly. Can I have a little bit more?
Oh, damn.
That stuff's
Do you know
going
what?
down.
I've been trying to make it last, but yes, mate, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, here, do you want me to pour it for you?
No,
Would you? Yeah.
We've got it. Yeah, Ben, you've got a story for us.
I do indeed. I think this is kind of fun. It's a cute little story.
Little story from you. It's like when Tom Hardy does CBBS. It's like showing someone from another light. Have you seen that, by the way?
It's very good.
There's a clip from it. Yeah, he's brilliant.
He's very good at it.
I love Tom Hardy. I think he's great. And
turn his hand to anything, I reckon.
But I don't know if I'm getting mixed up with someone else. I might be getting this mixed up with the Henry Cavill nephew thing. But I believe it's because Tom has someone in his family that like has a young child, and they love the fact that it might even be his son or something. But I think it's that, and he's like the only reason he does it is because he loves just making.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah, the same way Henry Cavill.
There's the Superman
did you see that?
thing.
His nephew, Henry Cavill's nephew, was telling everyone that his uncle was Superman. Was getting bullied for it. So I think Henry Cavill went into school did he go in costume or did he go?
Surely,
I think he went in costume.
Or he went in like with the glasses on and then hold on a second, kids, and came back and
just did the old.
Oh yeah.
And that man's got a chest.
Got two right. How did he even get it?
Not gay, I never would be, but bloody hell, I'd like to sleep on that chest. I'd have such sweet dreams.
The modern version of no homo. Not gay, never would be. We're not about to praise this man.
NGWB or whatever.
In our group chat with my mates from home, one of the lads used to always say it, and then we now shortened it to MGANWB.
I was close.
And that's our thing now. But then we say something really gay after it. So it's like, not gay, never would be, but bloody hell.
You man are ridiculous. So this thing that I wanted to share with you guys, I saw it maybe a week ago, and it really sat with me for a little while. And I think it's not only just like a fun little story, but it's also it's quite important. I think there's a lesson to be taken away from it. So I have sent it to you, Sam. Yeah,
so we've got
there's
education.
There's definitely something you could learn from this guy. It's actually really interesting.
Oh, is it like what was the show? You know when you used to go in the bath at the end and tell you like, what was it?
What were you
the Reverend.
watching?
You know Reverend, what's his name? The rapper.
Reverend Run DMC.
Yeah, you know when he used to go in the bath and do the thing at the end.
I do remember that.
You do?
It was Run's house.
Yeah, Run's house.
But at the end, because Run's house, because he is a rev as well.
Yeah.
At the end, he would go in his bath and then basically read you a little scripture, and it'd be like, what do we learn this time?
Yeah.
I learned that I need to be a bit more
proper bubbles and candles and shit.
The bougiest bath I've ever seen. The most hip hop of all baths.
The most hip hop bath of all time. Got spinners on the side.
It's just bouncing all the time. Water going everywhere.
Run DMC, what a lad, by the way. What a great band they were.
Dear.
Okay,
Right.
So, yeah,
okay.
I don't remember how I found this. I think I just stumbled across it. It is like...
You never need to know where you found it,
No,
right?
that's true. Okay, so like the basic premise of this is it's a chap who posted online to say he wasn't happy with his life and he wanted to seek suggestions and advice from people on the internet. And basically his whole thing is that he just does what people say. to improve his life, and he follows through on it.
It's like Yes Man.
It's basically that premise.
Yeah, but the Chinese version.
And the outcomes are incredible.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to
This
this.
regular guy went from this to this by listening to netizens' opinions. He's 小爱同学 on 小红书. In December 2021, he posted a photo with the caption, "I can't find a girlfriend. What do you think is my problem?" 2 years later, he looks like this, is engaged and tripled his income. Even viral as the man who always listens to advice. Under his first post, he said he's born in 1996, 170 cm tall, makes less than $500 a month, has no house and drives a second-hand car. A netizen said, "Your only advantage is your character. You can calmly accept others' opinions." Someone told him to change his hair. He immediately styled it sideways. Netizen said, "You instantly look 10 years younger." Went from looking like a civil servant to a real estate agent. Netizens told him to lose weight. He said, "On it." He lost 5 kg in 3 weeks. But netizens said now he looks like a gangster. So he put on contact lenses and a beanie to look friendlier. Netizens told him to focus on outfit coordination. He sold his DJI drone and used that money to buy new clothes. He said, "You make suggestions, I'll implement them." The first outfit got the most votes and that became his new skin. He carefully marked which netizen gave him the advice for every change he made. He got the K-pop boy group haircut and bought a new iPhone to take better photos. Netizens said this is like a real-life idol development show. Many female netizens commented, "If you can recognize your problem and are willing to listen, you're already better than 99% of men." The funny thing is, Xiao Ai is about to get married, but many who gave him advice are still single.
There you go. That's the funny part, isn't
That's
it?
the clutch.
At the end, yeah.
Because what I take from that is he's an incredibly insecure man to start with, but on one hand, on the other hand, he's like, it's not going right the way I'm doing my thing.
So let me just.
So he's self-aware, but also insecure, which is fine. But then, I mean, the internet is full of people that can give comments, right?
Yes.
But I guess there's some hell of a character to then take them on board and actually, like, you know, action them.
Yeah, it's not even just the willingness to listen to it in the first place. It's the consistency then to follow through on
and
that.
literally stand by it and like go fully 100%.
I think follow through is the hardest thing that a human adult can do anyway.
Yeah.
Because we can all sit and chat.
You can start stuff in a day.
I procrastinate to the high end. But like, so what? Just thought then, like, were a lot of the people commenting? Because he's from, where was he from?
China.
China, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so was it all?
It
Because I think basically, if you did that in the Western world, you're gonna get like.
You say that though.
I think the comments would be they wouldn't be as positive suggestions. You'd have people just like chatting shit more.
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean?
Yes and no. I think.
I feel like is social media in the East like a lot more? I think it is a lot more.
Because that was definitely an Eastern, like a Chinese specific platform, I think.
Yeah, and also like even like some of the comments sounded so East Asian in terms of like they're almost like. Even the way they're written, maybe it's the way they're translated. To be fair, but like I can't remember what the first one was, but it was something.
Oh, you look like a civil servant.
No, it was before that. It was like the very first thing, and it was almost like mythical the way they said it.
Right.
But yeah, fair play. I mean, he's actioned it. I think the main thing that because I personally am always trying to improve myself in some respect. I focus on one thing at a time, granted, and sometimes you go back. But like with this pod. We talk about this for ages, and you've both seen now that just getting it going is the hard part. That momentum, once it becomes a thing, it's easier to do time and time again.
You know, I want to do it.
Then your priorities change, right?
Yeah,
then you're thinking about how do you improve it? How do you go to the next level? What's the next thing to do? Versus trying to think in totality of like starting this thing and how big it's going to be. That's so daunting.
But also like. It's anyone could say lose 5 kilograms. I've been saying that for ages.
Yeah.
But to go and do it. I mean,
he's obviously at the end. Like he's like, I need to change my life.
Yeah. But also, then he's fed on positive feedback because I reckon, once he got going, he probably became quite famous in online.
Yes.
And then I think people probably really got behind it and then supported it. And I think the same would happen in the UK, to be fair. I think to start with, you get people ripping into you. Like, when you see them police mugshots and people are like, oh, his left eye and the right eye had an argument and they're like, over here.
Yeah.
But if you were just being genuine and like, look, I've had enough, can I get some help? Don't get me wrong, you'd have a load of bad ones. But I think you would get a load of good ones as well. I think that must be the hard part, is sifting through which ones to pick and which ones are just like...
Do you know what I've heard though? I've heard that TikTok's a Chinese creation, right? And basically the way it's the way the algorithms work in the West or in America the most is like it shows you all the trash. It shows you all like the shootings or the violence or the twerking and the da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Whereas in China specifically, it's like not at all like that. It's like promoted as, I mean, I don't know.
It's a learning tool,
but like,
more or
yeah,
less.
it's something that is promoted to better everybody instead
But
of...
I think that just depends what you put into it. It's essentially what grabs your attention.
No,
So
but
I'll say-
that's how the algorithm is
So
set up
you reckon
to-
they regionalise the algorithm?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I did some research into this before, and it's fundamentally true, and also there's limitations on who can use it and when they can use it and how long they can use it for. So it's much more structured, obviously, versus the use in the West is just like constant.
Free
You
for
can just
all,
sit
like
on there all day
battered.
long
Yeah,
and get the most
Yes.
inane things sent towards you. But that is obviously based on your choices. But I think over there it does work fundamentally differently.
Yeah.
It shows
They try and use it as a
things.
tool for
But
positivity and...
when I go on TikTok to post our stuff,
Yeah.
I come off it straight away.
Yeah, immediately.
I'm like, I feel like I'm opening a door of like, you know, like a Monsters Inc. type world where you got all these different portals to a
Yeah.
door.
Fucking Jumanji in
I think
there,
I
innit? You
open it
open
and
the
I
door
just
and
hear
there's-
like, close that.
See you later. Sweating because you've nearly got sucked in. Yeah, it's crazy.
Fucking vine wrapped around my ankle. You know, Jumanji. Get me out of here. Venus flytrap.
Love the reference
was,
to the big Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
catching you,
Well, do you ever see the most liked comment on Instagram?
The most liked comment. No,
Yeah,
that's-
so this was recent, and it's kind
Is it
of
one of mine?
It's kind of similar. I will try and find it for you. Made by a kid. There we go. So here we go. So a kid. I don't know how old this kid was. 13-year-old Reed Harrington. Reed Harrington.
Annoying name.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
He basically posted something that was like, the most likes I get on a comment on this post, I will do. So kind of in the same way. A lot of them were like silly things.
Yeah.
And then this guy commented, and it's great. Fly to a small town in Thailand, get accepted by their people, learn the language, train in Muay Thai for a year and a half, fight in a tournament, win the tournament, return to the USA and join the UFC, stay in shape and go undefeated in your weight class, retire and do an interview saying this comment was the reason you fought so hard.
That got the most likes.
Most liked comment in Instagram history.
No way.
I hope that kid followed through on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope
Has
he's
he? Well,
doing it now.
Just like your Brazilian dancer, he ended up milking the life out of his account, didn't he? And now he's like going to do it apparently. But then it's like, who's letting Reed Harrington, 13-year-old, go over to Thailand to do it? And he's also like, I'll show you the picture of the
Also,
kid.
imagine he hasn't got the makeup for it. Like it just,
Well, who does?
some people do. Yeah, some people.
I mean, there's a handful of people that could do that ever. Like, I mean, how many UFC champions ever?
Well, there you go. The people in the UFC are the people that
Yeah.
are made for it. Do you
And
know
also,
what I mean?
when he wrote that, he thought, put a donut in your ear or something. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't expecting to have to do something.
Also, nobody was thinking that. I'll tell you right now, nobody was thinking.
He wasn't expected to have to change his lifestyle.
If you should have commented on that, you might have had the most like comment in Instagram
Put a
history.
donut in your ear.
And now we'd be watching a kid force a ring donut into his ear.
Two
It's-
Krispy Kremes.
Basically, what he thought was not have to change his lifestyle, do something fucking hard.
But that's better than what he thought, I imagine.
Yeah.
I just think when people make them comments like,
Donut in your ear. I don't know. This is what happens in my head. Yeah, I think the word like it just comes together and comes out, and that's it.
Yeah. That's what we
know
love you for.
dear me. But yeah, I like that. That's really good. Can we get some updates on him throughout, maybe?
I'll
Like,
have a look and see what he's doing more recently.
Yeah.
Also,
because that must be like a bit of a story. that's
Reed
almost been
Harrington
done.
or the
no,
Oh, the Asian guy.
Zhao.
Okay.
well, I think he's probably married by now, based on the timeline from that story. So yeah,
I wonder if he keeps doing it and if he's
How
happy
did he
still.
triple his income?
He was only on $500 a month.
on a longer. I think I've seen a longer form version of that same bit of content, and I think it was more aggressive at work and like went for what he wanted and asked for pay
But the
rises and
same though,
whatever.
right? If you're just a coaster and
Yeah.
you know, people that don't want to make any effort, you suddenly start making effort, everything does improve.
Apply yourself.
No, it's
Yeah,
true.
like
True.
that whole
Basically,
thing of like, I mean, I see a lot of them in sponsored ads and it does my head in, but there is an aspect to it that's right. Like if you're one of these people out there that like gets fucked up every weekend and then moans about it and then does it again, they don't like, if you lock yourself away for like a month, 6 weeks, 2 months. I did it in lockdown, you know, when we went back into like, so start of 2021, Jan to Feb. I didn't drink the whole Jan to Feb. I was on my bike all the time. I lost loads of weight. Started like journaling. I got really back in touch with like I lost my way a bit. I got real overweight for me, and then just locked myself away. Didn't really do anything. Just eating healthy. Like just kind of got into this like militant regime. Came out the other side, and I kind of resumed and probably put on a little bit, but then got back to a healthy balance of the two, basically.
Yeah, fair.
Because you can't.
You need to check in it.
You can't be. We're not all David Goggins, and also you should never try and be.
David Goggins is insane.
He is
Love
insane.
the bloke. Sound seems cool.
And great to get a bit of motivation behind yourself.
He must be a nightmare to be around.
I wouldn't want to be around him. No way, dude. He'd make me feel so shitty about any of my lifestyle.
It's like Tiger Woods. It's like Tiger Woods. You listen to an interview with Tiger Woods, and I adore Tiger Woods. He's like from a specimen of an athlete in terms of he just optimized his entire life to golf and to shagging. But like,
go on, boy.
But I can't imagine he's much fun to be like Michael Jordan as well. Apparently, you can't play a round of golf with Michael Jordan if it's not like $10,000 a hole.
Yeah.
MJ, can we just
Let's
chill?
just chill. Let's just relax a little bit.
Yeah.
No chill.
Everything. Like, they go and play pool afterwards. It's like, oh, right, I bet you can't get that in there.
Yeah.
Have a fucking day off, MJ.
You don't have to just be slaughtering everything all day long.
What?
Who's going to carry the boats or whatever?
Yeah.
Chill out. There's boats to be carried. No, but he's cool. I'd actually like Goggins. He's fucking
He is cool.
That's a good book.
They're both of them actually. I didn't. He's got two of them now, hasn't he? I have a story. Since we're doing story time. So this one I thought was a bit wild, and actually the outcome is not what you'd expect. I don't know if you saw this.
Bit of misdirection. I love it.
But a man named his son. Let's start again. A man named his sons winner and loser for a social experiment.
Way.
What a dick.
Yeah, first and foremost, what a dick. What a dick.
God.
Right.
No
so
way.
1958, Robert Lane from Harlem.
Of course it was from that time. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Bobby Lane.
the experiments
Get
carried out on
lost.
people. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So 1958, Robert Lane from Harlem, New York, named his sixth child, says everything you need to know.
What's the first one? Dopey.
No, I think he named...
Seven dwarfs. It's good. Yeah, go on. Sorry, mate.
So he named his sixth child Winner to see if it would boost his chances in life. But then he had another son, and one of his daughters went, "Why don't you call him Loser?" And he said, "Yeah, all right then, why not? Because I've got so many children, having one that doesn't turn out too good, what will it matter?" Yeah. So, I mean, for a start, Dad of the Year.
His daughter's a dick as well.
Yeah, but
call him Loser.
Well, then to go through with it, though.
Not that weird from a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
He's the one that went ahead with it. So, two brothers, a year apart.
Two brothers.
Right?
We're doing it again. We can't let him do it.
Sorry. Anytime I hear two brothers, I have to do it.
The Spanish Armada turns up.
And then a meteor hits. Right. So there's two brothers. One's called Winner, one's called Loser. They're a year apart. They've had the exact same upbringing, same house, same environment, same neighborhood, same education. And one is called Winner and one is called Loser. One of them's criminal career started at 19 with an arrest for aggravated assault. Over the next few years, he accumulated more than 30 convictions for crimes like domestic violence, auto theft, and burglary. This guy is now homeless and occasionally stays in institutions for the needy. The other brother received a scholarship for a prep school in Connecticut and went on to excel at Lafayette College in Pennsylvania as a football player. After college, he joined the New York Police Department, where he became a detective and made six figures. He had a really successful career. Which one do you think was homeless, and which one do you think?
Well, because you've said the misdirection part.
I mean, Winner has to have gone down the dark path because he felt like he was entitled to the world because he thought he was a winner. A cocky little bastard.
Yeah, exactly right. So winner is the bum.
Right, okay.
And Loser, who is called Lou by his friends.
Makes sense.
But
Loser!
I can't imagine Loser has much of a relationship with his dad.
Yeah, too right. You distance yourself from that man immediately.
Yeah, despite you, I'm here.
Yes.
Not because
yes,
of you.
Yes.
Did you ever hear the old Johnny Cash song, Boy Named Sue?
Yeah, we know the
It's
boy
kind
named
of
Sue.
like, have you ever heard it?
It's turned him tough.
So it's basically like it's a really good song actually, and it's basically written from Sue's perspective, and he basically had a really tough life. Everywhere he went, he got picked on, and he's had to fight his way through life. And his whole life, he's tried to find the old bastard who named him Sue, his dad. And his dad's like basically Rolling Stone type character, you know, drinking, you know, all around America. And he finally finds him and he beats his dad like an inch of his life. And his dad's like, I knew this is why I called you Sue. And this is like why, because you'd be end up by a tough guy. And it's like, it's not, it's a brilliant song. It's a great bit of storytelling.
True,
but it's obviously fictional, but still.
Terrible, like, just painting of a life, isn't it? Like, you've just ruined the kid's life.
The idea that you think you have the power to be, let me experiment on this child.
And also the experiment backfired then, didn't it? Because loser was the winner and winner was the loser. So.
Well, no, maybe that's what he thought was going to happen.
Well, I don't think he thought ahead at all, really, did he?
True.
But I guess that is kind of the tale there, isn't it? It's like one person thinks they're gonna make it. It's like that, you know. How often do you see the popular kid in school, the one that's not doing anything now, because it's almost like life came to them quite easy when they were young, and then
peaked too early.
You know, you see every single bodybuilder probably got bullied at school. You ever hear a bodybuilder that didn't have some childhood trauma? Because it's weird to train that hard.
the chat up merchants, what do you call them?
Pickup artists.
The pickup artists, all of them, went through the worst time in high school.
And it's like, right, I've got to change this.
Got to win now. That's what your winning looks like. Because that's what your high school brain told you that winning looks like.
Yes, exactly. And that's really the rise of like the whole incel culture now, though, isn't it? Really,
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Is these people that aren't getting any women, aren't getting anything, and then they look up to people like Andrew Tate and whatever because Dan Bilzerian.
Bilzerian.
Weren't you saying that Dan Bilzerian's like?
Well, it's all come to a head now, isn't it? Because it's all come to. It's come out that a lot of what he was doing was fictitious, and he was all rented this and rented that, and it wasn't a real lifestyle. We all knew. Anybody with senses watched it knew that. And people have just gone, I don't like this guy anymore. He was then trying to sell courses on how to be a man and all that stuff, and it's very Liver King, isn't it? A lot of these guys don't have anything to back up these thought processes. It's just things that they say that sound cool, and a lifestyle that they can sell to you that also they think sounds cool.
It's marketing.
But you're not a child, and you understand that life is deeper than just going out, fast cars and birds. That's so base level. It's
the
base.
foam on your beer, isn't it?
Oh, it's thank God, that's the perfect analogy, by the way. It really is.
And half a glass down, that foam isn't as big as it used to be. So
go out there and make some fun, make some friends, for fuck's sake. Make some beer and drink it all down. That's basically it. But a lot of these guys just sell a dream that isn't really, it's got no depth to it. And I think people, when they get old enough to see through that, those people just dwindle and die. That's what happened to Dan Bilzerian. He's done now. He's cooked. No one's buying his stuff. No one's people are unsubscribing week on week. Yeah,
he's losing like hundreds of thousands of followers, isn't he? That's good.
But he got back down the poker table then, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's not how he made any of his money. It's another one of the lies. He didn't make his money that way. That's one of the big lies. Was like, he made it all by gambling. No, he didn't. No, he fucking didn't.
Yeah, come on. All them people can. Yeah, we know what we think of them anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
shout out to you guys. Hold on. Hey, hold on, boys.
It's time, the top 10.
Okay. Right then. Sick. So we had, we did our second top 10, which was top 10 animated movies of all time.
Oh, we ripped some out, didn't we?
The one precursor was that we weren't taking any East Asian stuff.
Yes.
And that isn't because we don't like the East Asian stuff. On the contrary. It's because we thought that they deserve their own bracket. So what we mean by that, it's, anime, Chinese animation, Korean animation. Yep. We thought that was its own category.
Yes. Just a quick one. I'm 3 episodes deep now on Blue Eyed Samurai. Just wanted to shout you both out because you both made me watch it. Very, very good so far. Very good so far.
How beautiful is it?
It's very well made.
Yeah.
And I've been wondering, some of the shots look like they're almost still image shots that have been overlaid. I'm really intrigued to how they made some of it.
Maybe they put a filter on an actual,
Some of the movements.
That's just how good the animation is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Some of the movements are so incredible that I'm like, is that a real person that they've done in this somehow? So
but a lot of animation now is wearable stuff, and then they've mapped things onto it.
That's what I think some of that.
The fight scenes cannot be purely animation. No, it's too real.
Good. Just some of the fluid movement is incredible,
and even the way the hair moves and the material moves, like that. Unless that is the level of animators now.
Well, hair and stuff is different because there's no way to mocap any of that, but.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say, because it's those little things that are in the reality.
That's come on leaps and bounds.
When you land and you jolt a leg out, and there's a little bit of that, because that is what we find real, right? Anyway, I'm going to get up our top 10 on here. Right then, so Dean, what was your top 3 from last time for animated movies?
Good lord.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
The old bait and switch.
No, because remember,
Yeah, exactly.
your top 3, if I remember properly, was Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, which is a Miles Morales newer one, but not the newest one, but the newest franchise of Spider-Man.
One, yeah.
You
South Park?
then had Lego Movie,
Yeah, classic.
original, and you had South Park, bigger,
Longer uncut.
Ben, what did you have?
So I had The Brave Little Toaster, which nobody has seen except for me and some of my
I
very
have
close
tried
friends.
to find that, and
It's elusive, isn't it?
very
I got it on
slippery.
DVD somewhere. I'll find it for you.
okay, sweet.
I'm going to watch that over Christmas. I'll tell you what we'll do.
So perfect.
Next year.
Christmas.
When we record, because obviously we're recording this before Christmas. When we record during Christmas break, we'll stick it on in here.
That would be lovely.
screen.
That would
Lovely.
actually be perfect.
Lovely.
Yeah. We'd have some.
Because it won't be-
It's not that long. Yeah, it's not that long. So yeah.
Cool.
I had that. I had Mulan, and then what did I decide for the third one? Toy Story, because it just, I think, because of what it did for the animation culture.
Yep. And I had Spider-Man as well. I had Ratatouille, and I had Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. Oh, have you had a chance to watch
Mate,
it?
I need to. I'm so sorry. I do desperately need to watch
And
it.
then we had some notable mentions of Robin Hood, which,
Perfect.
to be honest, like when that was said, I was like,
How is it not on?
Yeah.
How we
and then I had Hercules that just made it out of mine. I think those two are just so good. We had How to Train Your Dragon, Up, Monsters Inc. Oh, what a movie Monsters Inc. was. Monsters Inc. I think I said this about Ratatouille, but it did something where only animation can do something.
Yeah.
It's such a unique concept, right? Like, imagine trying to make a live action of Monsters Inc.
Oh, it's going to be terrible. It'd just be awful.
A very deep, dark conspiracy that ties to Monsters Inc. as well, by the way.
Oh, no.
Well, I have one prepared. And I wonder if it's the same as you've got. Okay?
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
It's not deep and dark, though, I don't think.
Well, this is very dark.
Well, I was also going to mention that we had The Incredibles thrown up there.
Incredibles
which I think is a
great.
good shout.
Yeah, I love that film.
And The Lion King. And for the person into The Lion King, shut up. It's not good. We know it's not good. It was fun when you were a kid, but it's not good now. That's not a good
I think it's
out-and-out
iconic
movie.
for its own
There's
reasons.
some-
I mean, you talk about
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Oh, I mean, they're popping off.
Yeah.
Very
and then
true.
you had Rowan Atkinson.
Just the performances are second to none.
Pumbaa. Timon and Pumbaa were great. But again, it's epic because it's. I think it's when we talk about animated movies, it's a lot of the time it's about the world it creates.
Yeah.
And I think that is a big part of
And all
why
the
we love
animals
it.
having their own personalities
That's fundamentally
and,
why Toy Story is, and I'm going to say it now, it's the best animated movie of all time. Because you said it.
I wouldn't argue with it.
I didn't put it in my top
wouldn't
3 because I
argue with
thought it was, and you did the same because you thought it was granted. But Toy Story is the most, and I think it is the number 1 on IMDb.
Yeah.
Like, we can hash it out after it. We'll put our top 10 up afterwards. But it's because of the world it created. We were all kids at the time, and we all went, "Oh, imagine if our toys did this."
Yeah.
And the
And then you
imagination
could buy the
sparks.
toys.
And then you
And
could buy
have
the
the
toys.
toys.
Everybody has checked their room at least once as a child to see if
Yeah.
their toys do it.
Exactly.
Everyone's done it.
So this is the Pixar connection.
Oh, pew.
I was today years old when I noticed this crazy Pixar connection. In Monsters, Inc., we know monsters scare kids in their rooms to get energy. But check this out. In one scene, a monster gets scared by a kid. But who's the kid? Wait for it. No way.
Look at his background. Sid.
Sid is actually the real monster.
I mean, look at him.
I was
Look at him.
I just
Demon
love that
child.
someone has the thought to freeze frame that. Is that the conspiracy you were about?
No, it's way darker than
I
that.
can
The
imagine
rabbit
it
hole
is.
on this is
Go on then, what's yours?
Give us a top
I'm
down.
just
like
going
a
to
brief.
mention adrenochrome.
Oh my god! Right? Yeah. Well, no. Say no more about that.
we don't need to get involved in that.
That's all I'll say.
I was going to say, that wasn't that dark. But I love that though. And I
I
think
like that. No, but hold on. Yeah,
that-
forget what I just said. That's
That
cool.
is what Pixar do brilliantly,
cool.
though, is they leave these
It's a
little
woven
crumbs.
world.
And again,
Yeah.
you could only do it in. Well, you couldn't. You could do it in
It's
real
a Stan
life.
Lee
You could.
thing, right? It's like, that's a bit more obvious, but
Yes.
like, I think that's the best thing with animation is you can always
Easter
just put
eggs.
something in there. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's
Easter eggs.
Tarantino verse.
But Monsters Inc., brilliant. Soul, I know you haven't seen it. Modern classic, though, it's really good. We mentioned Land Before Time.
Land Before Time, perfect.
Yeah.
The long necks. Long necks and the sharp tooth.
That was just, Again, that was the era where they were just heart-wrenching to watch, wasn't it? And the next one, Fox and Hound.
Yeah, oh man, that's a few life lessons in there for you. That's a tough watch, actually.
Yeah,
That was what they kind of used to do a bit more in animated films, I think, isn't it? Right?
Leave you with.
They're a very family-friendly thing now, but like they used to have. Like,
Well, even Lion King. Lion King got quite scary at some parts. You know, when they're going through the
and there's like
elephant
meanings of life.
graveyard.
And I mentioned The Rescuers before, didn't I? But I have to shout that film out every single time I talk animation because I think The Rescuers is just a real moment in time. Some real revolutionary animation style going on in there, and it's just a really, really good movie. Have you seen that one?
Long
the two
time
mice
ago.
that go on the rescue journey.
They've got the little like Sherlock Holmes hat, hasn't he?
No, that's Basil the Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, sorry. How dare I mix up my...
Why do I have that there at the front of my brain?
Silly me.
Basil the Great Mouse Detective, which I haven't seen since I was a child. I'm so glad you brought that up. I
thought that was The Rescuers then.
No, The Rescuers,
they fly on they're on a bird, aren't they?
on the albatross, and it's the little American guy, the little American mouse, and the is she French or is she Russian? She dresses Russian, but she's got kind of a French accent. But anyway, the two of them go on this journey to save the little missing kid. It's so perfect.
Jungle Book?
Scary as hell at some points, but just like it's
Sorry, that's
wonderful.
Jungle Book's amazing, but it's like
processing.
It's because when you
she's French, but she dresses Russian. Jungle Book.
there's something you said that fucking sparks a tedious of links in my head.
Animation. But Fern Gully, Bugs Life, Kung Fu Panda, Finding Nemo, Iron Giant, which we got in one of our comments, and Wally. Is it Wally or Wally?
Wally. Yeah. It's good.
So let's just try and. I think Toy Story is number one, personally.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll absolutely give you that.
Oh, mate, now we need to number these.
No, we will number them. We will put it up in a sec. But I just think, like, from a top 10 perspective, like here are, I'm going to say some non-negotiables for me. I think Toy Story, definitely. I think Robin Hood and Hercules, definitely. I think Spider-Man, definitely. I think you've got to put Shrek in there as well.
Yeah. Shrek's kind of got in there.
Because... yeah, I think there's some others in there, but I think they're my definitelys. You tell me what you think yours...
Yeah, that's quite hard to argue with, actually, what you've just said. Spider-Man, I still can't believe I didn't put it on mine. But yeah, in hindsight, having thought about it for some time, as a modern classic, that's really, really good movie.
I watched the second one on the plane on the way back last week.
Yeah.
And... I know we said it was just teeing up the third one, but it's still brilliant though. Honestly, with second watch, it is.
Yeah,
maybe it deserves a second watch.
It's wicked.
I've got to do it.
It's wicked. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Hercules has probably got to be in there, and I do think. I'm sorry to say, I do think Mulan has to be in there.
Okay. What do you think yours? Have you disagreed with any of them?
Not with what you said. No, I mean the Mulan. I need to give that another watch as well. To be fair,
definitely worthwhile.
But
all right.
Yeah, there's enough there to go at for sure.
How about we put our top 10 on screen now? This is Chew the Fat's top 10 animated movies of all time.
Coming in at 10, the absolute classic, The Land Before Time.
In at 9, it's that pesky rat, Ratatouille.
In at 8, Mike Wazowski. It's Monsters, Inc.
Number 7, the ever hilarious South Park.
Number 6 is Mulan.
Number 5, Zero to Hero. It's Hercules.
Number 4, got nothing good to say. It's Shrek.
In at 3, the old school, the classic, Robin Hood.
Number 2, it's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
And number 1, you knew it was coming. It was always going to be Toy Story.
Oh, what a classic. If you're stuck with something to watch, use that top 10 because it's nothing but hits. Nothing but hits. Nothing but the motherfucking hits. Right, boys. Oh, what a top 10 that is.
I mean, the standard. There's so many though. That's the thing. Yeah, animated films. The standard is so good.
I mean, we've just been through that, and the notable mentions that didn't make it.
Oh, the list is huge. Never ending.
That could be someone else's top 10.
But our top 10, objectively true. Again, we've killed it.
I mean, Toy Story is the best animated movie of all time.
You can't argue against that.
It just is. Yeah. IMDb says it. Chew the Fat says it.
Oh, we've got the backing of IMDb as well.
Wow. They've got our backing.
Yeah.
That small database. of everyone's thoughts.
That little repository of.
But yeah, we tried to mix. I tell you what I like about this top 10 as well is you've got a little bit of old, a bit of new. You've got some,
borrowed.
But you've got all sorts here. You've got the family stuff. You've got the not family stuff with South Park. But you've got the modern things with, obviously Spider-Man. And then you've got the classics like Robin Hood, which is, when was that made now? 70s, 60s?
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be it's got to be 70s.
Yeah,
70s at the earliest.
Yeah. But we love animated movies, don't we? And we hope you like them as well. I think the good thing about animated movies, it's something for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah.
And as we said on our Christmas special, you often watch one of these around Christmas time, don't you?
Yeah.
So
I'm actually hankering to watch a bit of Hercules,
Oh.
Maybe it could be this weekend. I might do it.
Or The Brave Little Toaster, which sadly did not make the list.
But I can't find it. It does exist because I saw that it exists. Right?
Yeah.
But
My childhood was
we
alive.
need to have a little bit of a movie day, all of us.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll try and watch a couple of them because, there's some amazing ones here. I mean, Land Before Time, I've not seen that in ages. I'm kind of scared to watch it again because I know how heartbreaking it is.
It's almost like not meeting your heroes, isn't it? Because you remember them so fondly.
Yeah.
Then you see them and you go, this is like me in The Lion King. I'm jaded now forever.
Throw him. Just throw him in.
Hi, jaded. I thought you were Ben.
Fucking hate that joke so much. Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, episode 12 in the bag.
Wrapped.
On we go. Unlucky 13 next.
Moving on into the new year, 2024.
Exactly. This is our last podcast of 2023.
Oh, and 13's going to be the new year one. Ooh, scary. Scary stuff.
Yeah, it's all good, don't it? Fine. Anyway, Happy New Year to everyone watching and listening, and we'll see you next year.